and I'll remember what my wife said, which is to get over it and move on. Hold on to your seats, fans. The charismatic heartthrob of NCIS, Mark Harmon, has just dropped a bombshell confession that's shaking Hollywood to its core. In an exclusive tear-jerking interview, Harmon opens up about a secret romance that changed his life forever. Who is the mysterious woman who captured his heart? How did their love story unfold amidst fame and fortune, and why is Mark now declaring her as the true love of his life after all these years? Every decade brings new golden couples to the ever-changing world of Hollywood romance. There was no more brilliant pairing than Mark Harmon and Pam Dawber in the 1980s. Those were the glory days when they were known as the It Couple. Part of the reason Dawber and Mindy were considered the It Couple was because of her breakout performance on the legendary comedy Mork and Mindy, which ended in 1982, and her subsequent triumph as the lead of My Sister Sam. But Harmon cemented his place as one of the industry's most desirable men when he was named People's Sexiest Man Alive in 1986. The pair decided to keep their relationship very private, even though they were the center of attention and appeared on the covers of several magazines. Mark Harmon and Pam Dawber were famously private about their relationship despite being called the It Couple and having their pictures in every magazine. After Pam Dawber had a string of unsuccessful romances, Mark Harmon entered her life. You may have to kiss some frogs before you find your prince, as the old adage goes, considering Pam Dawber's path before finding her lifetime companion. This cliché carried a tragic reality in the years leading up to her reconciliation with Mark Harmon. Dawber overcame a difficult time characterized by emotional turmoil after Mork and Mindy ended in 1982. The actress freely said that she was going through a tough time professionally and emotionally during this period. She had a string of relationships that she felt were horrible for her, which only made her problems worse. The untimely death of Dawber's only brother, Leslie, following open-heart surgery in 1976 at the age of 22, was a devastating blow to the family. Dawber spoke openly about her personal challenges in an interview she gave to People in 1987. These included overcoming low self-esteem and healing from difficult relationships, both of which she addressed in therapy. For her life companion, Pam Dawber had meticulously compiled a long list of requirements by saying, "Well, I guess so, he's fabulous." Dawber gave an impassioned affirmation to the question of whether Mark Harmon possessed those qualities. In Harmon, Dawber found a man who exemplified all the traits she had imagined, including bravery, brains, independence, warmth, humor, and sensitivity. In contrast, Harmon had a well-defined goal in mind when he planned his future relationship. He subtly acknowledged the difficulties of relationships in Los Angeles when he said, "When I marry, I want it to be everything this town says it can't be," in an interview he gave upon being named People's Sexiest Man Alive in 1986. In addition, he made it clear, "I'm not into catting around," reiterating his commitment to an honest and serious relationship. Their meeting in the midst of the vibrant 1980s Hollywood scene was a tale of fortunate coincidence. A meeting of the lives of two such famous people as Mark Harmon and Pam Dawber is hardly unexpected. One of those fortuitous encounters that occurs when people circulate in similar circles brought them together. It was in March 1986, and despite their busy schedules, they ended up at the same friend's party. They became almost one from that point on. Remembering how they first became acquainted, Dawber said, "We were set up by a friend, rumored to be Gina Heffley, who thought we might hit it off, and we did." Rather than skirt the issue, Mark Harmon went right to the point when he asked Pam Dawber out on a date. Thinking back on that defining occasion, the former NCIS star recalled the unusual path that ended up leading to their first date 37 years ago. He was asked to go on a group date with the Mork and Mindy star by a mutual acquaintance who was keen to play matchmaker, but Harmon chose the straight path. "I said, can I just call, can I get a number and just cold call?" And so I did. I got the number and I called and I got an answering machine. I started to leave a message that said, "We don't have to all go out, we could get a cup of coffee or something," and then she was monitoring, and she picked up. We went out that night and we've been together ever since. the behind-the-scenes story of Mark Harmon and Pam Dawber's love evolved at a remarkable rate as they deftly managed the task of keeping their romance covert despite their individual prominence. Their romance began with a chance encounter in March 1986 and progressed quickly, leading up to their engagement that summer. Just a few months into it, they were just dating for a short time, yet they nevertheless decided to live apart for a year. Pam Dawber's choice to sell her Hollywood Hills house in March 1987 was a watershed moment in their journey. She announced the sale in an interview with People, symbolizing her migration to Pacific Palisades to join Mark Harmon's life. In her candid interview with People in March 1987, Pam Dawber revealed further details about her relationship with Mark Harmon. However, she expertly concealed a major detail: their impending wedding arrangements. All eyes were on the couple as they planned a clandestine nuptial ceremony. They exchanged vows in a small ceremony on March 21, 1987, with just immediate relatives and close friends in attendance. This understated manner demonstrated their dedication to seclusion, in sharp contrast to the 1985 wedding of Bruce Springsteen and Julianne Phillips, who were close friends of Dawber, which was widely covered in the media. A wish to avoid the hazards of a highly publicized wedding was voiced by Dawber, who drew on her own experiences. She recalled the Springsteen and Phillips wedding and said, "Julianne was in tears almost the entire time. There were helicopters hovering over her parents' house. People were camped out on their front lawns. Granted, we're not talking Springsteen here, but if we choose a big church, everyone will find out about it. All of a sudden, we'll have entertainment tonight out there with microphones." AP News reported the details. Eagle head of the couple's carefully planned small and intimate wedding. The event took place at a sacred site for Harmon, his alma mater, Harvard School in the San Fernando Valley. After the ceremony, the happy couple went on a honeymoon to Vancouver to celebrate their union and start their new life together. In a beautiful interview with People in 2019, Mark Harmon revealed a small detail that represented his eternal pride in their marriage. His ring finger bore a unique band that bore the likeness of an eagle's head. During his explanation, he said, "I wear it, or a few others I have, because when I'm not shooting I like to make sure I have something on my ring finger because I'm proud to be married and I'm proud of who I'm married to." Mark Harmon and Pam Dawber kept their marriage just as private as they kept their romance out of the public eye, even though it attracted the attention of the media and fans. Harmon credits their shared tendency and intentional avoidance of social media for their success in keeping privacy, which they have now enjoyed for almost 30 years of marriage. When asked about their decision to remain low-key, the actor opened up to TV Insider in 2017, saying, "It's not even a choice, it's who we are. We stay home a lot. I'm not a Twitter guy or a Facebook guy. Our sons aren't into that either. Pam and I have both made a living in this business, and still there's a part of that's just not natural." Harmon's words highlight how serious the pair is about keeping their relationship real in a world where everyone is always looking for a celebrity couple. Their decision to stay out of the public eye has helped them build a private space, which has added authenticity to their love story. Pam Dawber left a career in acting to focus on her family after a long and fruitful acting career. She had to face the reality that she needed to reevaluate her priorities when she met Mark Harmon, and their route together brought them children. Dawber opened up about this turning point in her life in an interview with Entertainment Tonight in 2016. She said, "I did everything you can do in this business, and then I had children, and it's like I'm not going to chase this fame thing." The actress wanted to refocus on her family, especially her role as a mother. "I wanted to drive my kids to school. I wanted to be there for their birthdays and bring cupcakes and donuts and do the school festivals and all that, and I did." Dawber made decisions that were in line with her principles because she was dedicated to being a present and active mother, which became her top goal in life. Nevertheless, spending more time with her children wasn't the only motivation for her choice to withdraw from the spotlight. It was also influenced by her desire to strike a good work-life balance in her marriage. In voicing her qualms, Dawber stressed, "I don't think two people can work all the time in show business and stay married." Mark Harmon is open about his never-ending work schedule and grateful for his wife's important domestic role. He credits her unwavering commitment with allowing him to continue his long-running job on NCIS. Harmon expressed his thoughts on the show's trajectory in an interview with USA Today in 2010, saying, "It's the arc of this show over for a number of years, where it started and where it is now." He also showed his appreciation for Dawber's work managing their household, calling it a demanding yet crucial role that she did a fantastic job of. There have been significant breaks in Pam Dawber's acting career. From 2000 until 2014, she devoted herself to caring for her husband and boys. During this time, she intentionally distanced herself from the business, as seen on her IMDb page. Nevertheless, Dawber made a remarkable, victorious return to the screen in 2021 when she rejoined her husband on the set of the famous show NCIS. Marcy Warren is a veteran investigative journalist who uses her sharp wit and people skills to help her relentless pursuit of the truth. Dawber was originally cast for 4 episodes, but her part was expanded to an impressive 7 episodes in 2021. After a long hiatus, Dawber made a triumphant return to television with a string of memorable guest spots on the iconic sitcom. The reasons behind the delayed premiere on NCIS were honestly addressed by Dawber in an interview with Entertainment Weekly. The timing, she said, was due to the show's long run, what she playfully called a 100 years. Dawber also disclosed that Mark Harmon and Pam Dawber do their best to keep their children out of the spotlight. She has turned down invites from the program in the past due to things like scheduling conflicts.